Honestly, I used to sit at my desk after a bad trade and just stare. Not at the charts, just stare at nothing. Because I knew what went wrong. I always knew. The setup was weak. I entered too early. I broke my own rule again. And the worst part wasn't even the money. The worst part was that voice. The one that says, "You already knew better." I filled journals, wrote rules in capital letters, circled them, underlined them, swore to myself I'd never do it again. 2 weeks later, same setup, same entry, same mistake, same voice. And for a long time, just like you, I thought that was a me problem, a discipline problem, a willpower problem. It wasn't. And that's what this video is actually about. What if the reason you keep repeating the same trading mistakes has nothing to do with you? Not your mindset, not your strategy, not your indicators. What if it's just your routine? Because right now, there are traders in Tokyo who haven't repeated the same mistake twice in years. Not because they're smarter, not because they have access to something you don't, but because they built their entire day around one simple truth that most Western traders completely ignore. And once you see it clearly, everything will change for you. Let me introduce two traders. Sofia, Western retail trader, smart, motivated. Watched every single video on trading strategies and technical analysis, and she knows the rules, every single one of them. She usually wakes up 10 minutes before market open. Sometimes even few seconds before the open, she grabs a double espresso, opens 5 charts, and starts scanning. No preparation, no review, just reaction. And here's what's going on inside Sofia's head as she does this. I can't miss the open. What if something moves? I need to be watching. I need to be ready. The day is just beginning, and as you can imagine, Sofia is already in a chaotic mood. Now meet Riku. Riku trades the same markets, same sessions, but Riku wakes up 90 minutes before open and doesn't touch neither his charts nor his phone for the first hour. One simple decision quietly changes everything about how his day ends. Before Riku opens a single chart, he goes outside for a short 10 minutes walk to get that precious morning light. I know, sounds too simple, almost insultingly simple. But movement primes the brain, not because it's magic, because you're telling your nervous system, we're not in reactive mode today, we're in control, and that tiny shift is more powerful than you think. Sofia is already 5 charts deep, still half asleep, and of course still reactive. Riku comes back home, sits for 5 minutes still, literally just sitting and breathing. Then he opens his journal from yesterday, and he doesn't just read it. He closes his eyes and tries to recall it. What did I see? What did I feel? What did I decide? This is called active recall. Every time you force your brain to retrieve something instead of just reading it, you engrave that lesson deeper, almost like lifting weights, but for memory. While Sofia is scanning for new setups, Riku recalls old lessons. 1 month forward, Sofia has taken 200 trades and remembers almost nothing. Riku has taken only 15 and can walk you through every single one in detail. One of them is self-sabotaging, the other is building something much deeper that we are going to discover. Then Riku does something that looks almost too small to matter. He writes 1 sentence, not a paragraph, just 1 sentence. Yesterday, I learned that pausing before entry stops most of my bad trades. Not 10 goals, one thing his brain can actually hold when the pressure hits. By the time Riku opens his charts, his mind is in a completely different state compared to Sofia's mind. She's reactive, he's ready, and the market hasn't even opened yet. Okay, stay with me here, because this next part, this is where most traders fall apart. The trading day itself. Sofia treats the afternoon like a battlefield. Hours at the screen, coffee going cold, then another one, More scanning means more opportunity, right? But here's what's really happening inside Sofia's head during those hours. She's terrified, terrified of missing something. Every quiet moment feels like a threat. Every candle that moves without her feels like a loss she didn't take. So she watches everything. And because she's watching everything, she sees nothing. She forces trades, not because the setup is there, because the silence is unbearable. Riku does the complete opposite. He trades for 90 minutes, stops, leaves his desk, walks for 15 minutes, no phone, no charts, and then he comes back sharper and ready. Sofia pushes through fatigue, more caffeine, more forcing. Riku steps back every single time. And here's the thing. Riku doesn't need to watch everything because he's already decided what he's looking for. He's not afraid of the silence, not afraid of missing opportunities. He already planned for that. While Sofia tries everything she can to fill every gap with action, Riku embraced the gap and lives in it. There's a famous Japanese concept for this called ma, the space between things. In music, the silence between notes is what creates the beauty. In trading, the space between trades is what creates the profit. Western traders fear the gap. Japanese traders live in the gap. And that's where real discipline is actually born. End of day. Sofia has taken 13 low-quality trades, can barely remember why she entered half of them. Riku has taken 3 and remembers every single one with clarity. Now, the part nobody talks about, the part of the day that actually decides whether today becomes permanent wisdom or disappears completely by next week. Most traders think the day ends when the market closes. In Japan, the evening is just as sacred as the trading itself. Riku opens his journal. 3 questions, 15 minutes. What did I do well today that I want to remember? What mistake did I make that I never want to repeat? If I could only take one thing from today, what is it? That last question, that's everything. Because you can't hold 10 things in your head, so what's the one? That question forces your brain to prioritize in a way nothing else does. When you review something right before sleep, your brain tags it as important. During the night, it moves it from short-term to long-term storage, like hitting save on a document. You don't hit save, everything is gone by morning. Sofia closes her laptop, opens Instagram, and then Netflix until midnight. Blue light, stimulation, noise. Wakes up tired. Yesterday already half faded. Riku reviews for 15 minutes, no screens after. Quiet wind down, he's asleep by 10, and while he sleeps, his brain spends 8 hours carving yesterday's lessons into stone. Then, one last thing before bed, he sets one micro goal for tomorrow. Not, I need to be more patient, I need to stop overtrading, I need to follow my plan. That's vague, weightless, gone by 10 a.m. He just whispers to his calm mind, tomorrow I will pause 10 seconds before every entry. One thing, that's it. Sofia sets 10 goals, drops all of them before the open. Riku sets 1, wakes up with it already in his mind. Now let me be brutally honest with you about something. The routine doesn't promise winning trades. Riku still has losing days. Some weeks are just harder than others, and the market doesn't care how good your morning was. But here's the changes I can promise you. Your losses aren't going to be wasted anymore. Every bad trade becomes something. You're building instead of just bleeding the same way over and over and wondering why nothing ever sticks. That's the real promise. Riku isn't superhuman. He doesn't have a secret edge, a magic strategy, some natural discipline you weren't born with. What he has is rhythm. Morning isn't rushed, it's aligned. Afternoon isn't a grind, it's structured. Evening isn't wasted, it's sealed. Night isn't chaos, it's restorative. I want you to stack that rhythm day after day, and you'll see something shifts. You won't have Riku's day rhythm overnight. I mean, we are humans after all. Changing one's habits does take time and a lot of patience. I still do so many of Sofia's destructive habits, but at least am learning so much faster from my mistakes now. So remember, every time you say to yourself, I keep doing the same mistakes again and again, this is not for me. I can't change. Remember that it was never about you. It was always about the method. You don't need more willpower. You don't need another strategy. You just need better rhythm. So here's what I want you to do. Starting from tomorrow, try just one piece of this. Not the whole system, just one single tiny adjustment. Maybe it's the walk. Maybe it's recalling one trade before you open the charts. Maybe it's turning the screen off 30 minutes earlier tonight. Just one thing. See what it does to you. Then come back, because this channel exists for one reason. Not to give you more strategies, not to show you more setups, but to fix the container. Every video here goes one level deeper into the psychology, the habits, the invisible architecture that separates traders who stagnate from traders who compound. Not just money, but themselves. If that's the work you want to do, subscribe, because the next video goes somewhere most trading channels won't touch, and you don't want to miss it.